Okay, so we're about to go pick up our bibs. There's a couple of days that we could go pick it up, but we are heading out of town tonight, so we have to go today, and thankfully it's like really close by to us, so we're just gonna stop there on the way out, get our bibs, really excited. And then we also want to start like hydrating because it's like a couple days before the race. It's Thursday evening right now, and so we're gonna pick up some Noon tablets from the running store. Mac and I both really like the Noon tablets. There's some that are just like electrolytes and hydration, and then some that have a little bit of caffeine in them, so we'll probably get some of both because we really like both of them. So yeah, I'm excited. Okay, we just picked up our bibs. We opted out of getting shirts because I just like hate getting like promo shirts like that. I don't know. They also gave us these little cups that I guess you're supposed to like have on you because there's limited number of disposable cups. Honestly, I don't really feel like running with one of these on me, but I do love a lot of water when I'm running, so if it's gonna get me more water, that's fine by me. I'm gonna run with like a running belt and like a little water bottle, but yeah, I guess these little cups. And then we also got some little Noons. So we got grape and strawberry lemonade for like just the hydration one, and then the cherry limeade is our favorite one with the caffeine in it. Okay, so it's the night before the race. It's about 5 p.m. and I am just going to go and get us some like breakfast for before our race. So I think that I'm just gonna do a banana. I honestly, whenever I run in the morning, don't eat that much. So I'm gonna get a banana. I'm also gonna get myself a Celsius because need that energy. And then Mac requested carrot muffins and peanut butter. So maybe I'll do like banana and peanut butter, or maybe I'll also have a muffin. I don't know. I think like just a little something like that will be perfect. And I've also been hydrating all day. It's very hot out today, and it looks like it's gonna be quite warm tomorrow as well. The good thing is that it starts at 8, and so at least it won't be like peak hotness during the day, you know? So we've been hydrating. I'm gonna put a little grape flavored Noon in my water. And I'm actually just heading out to get a car wash, and so that's why I'm just tacking on these errands. So after this, I'm probably gonna go home and do like some stretching. I also had a nap today, just trying to like rest and really just get myself ready. I'm trying to think if I did anything like special last year before the race. Oh, the other thing is like I haven't had alcohol in probably, I don't know, like a week-ish. So no drinking this weekend, and that's just like for me, I just know that this is what's gonna be best for my race. So that's feeling good. I mean, it's so funny. People are like heavy in stampede mode right now, and so it's kind of funny going on Instagram and seeing people, and like I have a little bit of FOMO, but mostly I have JOMO, which is joy of missing out. Like I feel totally fine not doing stampede, and I'm really excited for my race. So let's go and get those little food items. I guess I have to go to both Safeway and a gas station, so I think I'm gonna go to the car wash, then go to Safeway, and then to the gas station, and then we'll be all set to go. I was thinking too, for tomorrow morning, we're gonna leave the house at 7, and it's really close by, honestly, so I actually think I'll probably wake up at 6:30. I don't wanna wake up too much earlier than that because that's like earlier than I regularly wake up, but anyways, just planning it all out. Let me show you my race day fit. Okay, so they say that you should race in what you normally wear to train. So I'm going to wear this tank top. You've probably seen me wear it a million times. I have the gray one and I have a green one, and this is from The Gap. And it's just like really nice and like supportive, but like cool, and I don't know, I just like run in it all the time, so I thought that was a good choice. And then I'm gonna wear these Aloe shorts, and I train in these all the time as well. I have the shorts and I have the skirt. Honestly, like if you're looking for running stuff, this is so worth it. They're a little bit pricey. I can't really quite remember, maybe $80 or so, but they're just very, very comfortable. Sometimes I do get a little bit of chafing in my thighs, but I do have like a chafe stick that I have to remember to use tomorrow. So that will be the little fit. And then I normally wear a like just regular ball cap when I'm running, but it gets very hot. And I said to Mac, like, oh, I think I just won't wear a hat. And then he's like, you should wear a hat because it will keep the sweat out of your eyes. And he offered to lend me one of his like athletic kind of running hats. So I have this one, so it's just black. He has a couple of like colorful ones, but I was like, I feel like just black is the move. So I'm gonna wear that. And then I'm gonna wear my fast glasses that I have only tested out one time, but honestly, they were like a game changer. I don't know how I've been running without glasses like this, but that's gonna be a must for tomorrow. And then I usually run with this little running belt. So this is from Arc'teryx. It has a little pocket for you to put like your key or whatever, and you can put your phone in it too. And then the main purpose of it is to carry a little bit of water, so you can fill this up. It's not a lot of water, honestly, but they will have like water stations tomorrow, so that will be great. But I am used to running with this, so I'm gonna have like a little bit of water here. And then I have these Arc'teryx socks, and I just find that they're comfortable to run in, and so I'm going to wear those. And then I'll show you the shoes that I'm going to run in. They're the Salomon Aero Glide 2s, and they're just like the white pair that I have. But anyways, I've got this all laid out. I also washed these, so they're nice and fresh. So I'm feeling quite good, quite prepared. This is the little anti-chafe stick. It's from First Aid Beauty. It's just a little tiny guy. And yeah, it works quite well. So gonna use that tomorrow. And then the other thing I have to do is make sure that my AirPods are charged. I know some people don't run with music on race or during races, but like it's a must for me. Oh, they're not in here. So I'm gonna charge my AirPods, and then I'm also going to build my running playlist or my race playlist. So I'm gonna do that now. Just gotta get my charger out. And then I'll probably also wear my Apple Watch just to like track my stats, but I'll use my phone. I use like I'm gonna race with the Runna app, which is what I've been training with, and it will kind of guide me through my pace. Hi cuties. So it is just about 9 and we're gonna try and go to bed soon here. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I had a nap earlier today, and so I'm not feeling very tired, but I do really want to get like a really good sleep. So I just had a shower and I'm all ready for tomorrow. Everything is like laid out. I did some stretching, some rolling, and I'm just gonna go and like read my book until I get tired and then fall asleep. I'm gonna wake up at 6:30 tomorrow, and I'm very excited. I have like some jitters, but like nothing, I don't know, I'm not nervous just because I did a race last year. I know that I can do it. I know it's gonna be great. The only thing that's making me nervous is I have a bit of like, it's kind of just feels like a bit of a strain on like the ball of my foot, and it's really weird because the entire time that I've been training for 3 months, and I haven't had any injuries or like any pain or anything. And so I put like some ice on it and I kind of rolled it out, and I'm just really hoping that it doesn't bother me tomorrow, because that would just be so annoying. Like I didn't have any injuries or anything, but you know, we'll just see how it goes. So hopefully all is well. But yeah, I feel really good. I've been like hydrating a bunch, taking care of myself. I just feel like really prepared for the run, whereas last year, I mean, I was traveling. Like I went to Vancouver and I was like, you know, I was on like a trip as well, and so I just like wasn't doing as many of these like preparation things. And I also trained for like a month longer this year than I did last year, so technically I should be able to run it faster. I ran last year's in 1 hour and 4 minutes, and I would really love to beat my time. So we're gonna see. If we don't beat my time, that's okay, but I really want to. Okay, gonna go to bed and I'll see you in the morning. Bye. So you
I should be human.
Good morning. It's race day. I'm so excited. So I had a pretty good sleep last night, which is awesome. And I was gonna wake up at 6:30 this morning, but I ended up just waking up at 6 because that's when Matt got up. So it is now 6:30. I'm having some coffee. I'm also having a carrot muffin, a banana, and some peanut butter. I don't really know if this is a good breakfast to have. I'm just having what I think I should have and what Mac is having. So I'm gonna eat that. I'm not hungry, so I'm like forcing myself to eat this. And then I also have some water with a Noon tablet for some hydration. So I'm gonna try and like crush all of this right now so that I have, I guess, an hour and a half before start time to digest it all. So I'm feeling really good. And then I'm also gonna bring a Celsius to drink like right before I start. We're gonna be driving over there. It's really close to us. Like the start is at the North Glenmore Athletic Park. I think that's what it's called. But it's still like a couple of kilometers if we were to walk there. So I wanna keep us like really fresh. So we're gonna drive over there. So we're gonna drive over there at 7. So I've got half an hour to get ready. Mac is in the shower and I'm just feeling really excited and really good. And it's just like so exciting that I was just saying to Mac, like we're both healthy on race day, which is amazing because you never know if you're gonna be injured, if you're gonna be sick or whatever's gonna be going on. Mac said he's quite sore because he did run up a mountain 2 days ago, but he said, I knew the risks. So anyways, I'm feeling really, really good, off to a good start. And my foot soreness feels a little bit better. So I think the rolling out, and I did some icing of it yesterday. So I think that helped, but we will see once I actually start running. It's gonna be really warm today, but because we're running so early, it's gonna be like 15 to 17 degrees, but I know it's gonna feel quite hot. So I wanna make sure that I hydrate, make sure that we wear sunscreen, but it's gonna be so fun. I'm so excited. I just have a good feeling. I have a good feeling about this race, and that's kind of the best we can hope for. Okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna run with this braid in, and I hope that it doesn't bother me, but I just figured if it's hot, I don't want my ponytail all up on me. So let me show you what I've got. So, water with a Noon tablet, Celsius, running hat, chafe stick, I already put some on, but I might put some more on, glasses, running belt, water, phone, AirPods, Kleenex. I also realized I'm gonna have to run with my car key, but that's okay. I'll put it in there. Okay, we're ready. I'm at 6 kilometers. I'm just walking a bit to get my heart rate down, and then I'm gonna sprint. These days, it's not easy. 7 kilometers down. I'm dying, but I'm doing really well. I think I'm gonna be able to beat last year. So just stick with it, Mel. 8.
Elizabeth.
That literally took everything out of me. I did not beat my time from last year, but I think I was like a minute off. And honestly, it's fine because I'm totally gassed. At the end, I was like seeing stars and I couldn't even talk to you. I was like, just give me space. And Mac did such a good run. He did 53 minutes, right? Yeah. Feel good? Felt really good. Okay, that post-race shower really hits. I washed my hair and it feels absolutely amazing. I picked up this Kristen S leave-in conditioner. I actually found it at Winners, which was such a steal because it was $9 and usually this is like $30. I've seen it at Shoppers. So I'm gonna use this, detangle my hair, and then we're gonna sit down and have a little debrief. I wanna tell you guys about how the race went, what I was thinking. It honestly did not go as planned. I will tell you about that, but I'm feeling like really, really good and really proud of myself, but we'll do like a little debrief once I get dressed, okay? Hi cuties. Okay, debrief time. I'm wearing my Peanuts Cool Down t-shirt, which is very fitting, and washed my hair, feeling great. It is only 11:20, which is wild that we've already done so much this morning, but I wanted to give you a little debrief on how the race went. So for context, I did my first 10-kilometer race last year. It was called the Turkey Trot and it was in Vancouver, and it was so much fun. And before that, like before training for that race, I hadn't ever run 10 kilometers. I've always been like kind of a bit of a runner, like a leisurely runner. But when I started training for that 10K last year, I was like, that was the first time that I had ran 10K in my training then. So I knew I could do it. And then when I did the race, it was in October of last year, and I did it in 1 hour and 4 minutes and 4 seconds. And I was like really happy with that time. I remember thinking that I was trying to do it in under 1 hour, which for your first 10K is like probably not possible. I think that I didn't realize how hard it is to like shave off minutes from your time. So I'm learning. But anyways, that was my time from last year. And I trained about a month longer this year. And I just like felt that I could probably beat my time from last year. So that was what I was hoping to do. I was not like too set on it because obviously I'm just proud to like get to the starting line and get to the finish line. But I figured it'd be like a nice cherry on top if I was to beat my time from last year. So the pace that I needed to go was 6:30. Does that make sense? Anyways, but I knew I wanted to start off slower because if you start off too fast, you'll just be absolutely dead tired and not be able to do what you need to do later on in the race. So I started like way at the back of the pack for the first like 2 kilometers. And the first like 2 kilometers, I was feeling amazing. I was like, oh, I've got this. I had like no pain in my foot, which was great because I was nervous about that. And I just was feeling like really, really strong. And again, I was like at the back of the pack. And then after about 2 kilometers, I was like, okay, I can pick it up a little bit. So I think I started off at like a 7:30 pace, and then at 2 kilometers I was like, okay, I can start like picking it up a little bit. And so then I started running a little bit faster, and I was like passing so many people because so many people start off so quickly. And then there was like a hill right at the beginning. So after that hill, like tons of people were walking, and you just like, the adrenaline of like the starting line gets you to like run faster than you probably should. So at that point I was like passing a ton of people. I did almost get hit by a bike though. Like there was someone who shouldn't have been riding their bike on the pathway, but I was like going to pass someone and there was just a bike coming right at me. And then I obviously jumped out of the way and said, Jesus Christ. But that was like really scary. I could have been like really injured, but thankfully it was just a close call. But probably kilometers like 3 and 4, I was like passing people, I was like picking up my speed, I was going like pretty fast, and I just felt amazing. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna crush this run. Like I'm going to absolutely demolish my time from last year. So yeah, I was feeling really good. It was definitely quite warm, and it was mainly like, I think it was really hot because the sun was just like there was no clouds in the sky. So it was just like very warm, but I was feeling quite good. And then kilometers 4 and 5, I was like in my pace, like in my like 6:30 pace. And again, I was still feeling like really, really good. And I was like, okay, like I've got this in the bag. But my heart rate was really high. Like I was definitely like exerting myself. And I was like a little bit worried about sustaining that pace up until the 10 kilometers. So at kilometer 5, I was like, hey, I know that I'm gonna take a bit of a walking break to bring my heart rate down, because my heart rate was like 180, 185, and like I felt like I felt that, you know? And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna like take a little bit of a walking break to try and bring my heart rate down so that I can have like my next big surge of energy. So I was gonna do it at 5K, but 5K came and I was like, I still feel pretty good, so I'm gonna run until 6K, then I'm gonna do a little bit of a walking break. So I got to 6K, and then I walked for 300 meters. So I walked from 6K to 6.3, and I was able to bring my heart rate down to like 150, which is like honestly still pretty high, but I just like really needed that reset to like have some water, and just like I just knew that I needed to like regroup a little bit before I could finish off the race. So at this point I started running again, and I was getting a bit nervous, or no, I was feeling like really confident that I was going to be able to beat my pace, because I was like just making really, really good time. But from kilometer like, or when it was like 6.5, that's when it started to get really hard, honestly. Like I probably, after I stopped walking, I probably felt good for about another kilometer, but then there was a big hill and I was about to hit 7 kilometers, and I was really nervous about the time because my heart rate was super high. I was like so out of breath. My body felt amazing. Like I did not feel any pain or any like fatigue or anything in my body. It was more so just like my cardio and my heart rate. Like I was just like, that was what was getting me. And so then this hill really took it out of me. And then I was approaching 7 kilometers and I was like, damn, like I still have a long way to go. I don't have that much time left. Like I was looking at the time, feeling like very crunched for time. But like I couldn't go any faster because I was like just trying to keep running. Like I was just like, just don't stop running. And then I hit 7 kilometers, and then I was like, okay, or was I approaching 8 at this point? I think I was approaching 8. No, I think I was approaching 7. Because I remember looking and being like, okay, I need to do 3 kilometers in like 15 minutes in order to beat my time, which is like way faster than I normally go. And I was gassed. So I hit the 7 and I was just like, oh my God, Mel, like just keep running. Like from kilometers, I was telling myself like from kilometers like 7 to 9, like just keep running and try to maintain your pace, like the 6:30 pace, which felt like really hard to do. There was also another hill, but I was like, just keep running, just keep going. And then when you get to kilometer 9, that's when you can like leave it all on the table, you know? But it was very challenging. Like that last little bit, I was not doing very well. And then I hit 9 kilometers and I was like close to the finish. But the finish, they made you go like around a track, which I was like dreading, because at this point, so my time last year was 104. By the time I could see the track, my time was like 102 and a half. So I had like 1.5 minutes to basically run, I think, a half a kilometer. And I was just like so gassed. Like at one point I was like, am I gonna throw up? I just felt like I needed to like stop and like just get my heart rate down. That's like the main feeling that I had. But I was like, okay, I know that like this is the time where I just need to like really give it everything, and that's how I'm gonna get like faster than my time from last year. So I ran, there was like kind of a little bit of a finish line, but then you still had to run around the track. And I went through that finish line and I was like, oh my God, like, am I gonna have to walk the finish line? Like, I really was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it to the finish line. And again, at this point, I had like 30 seconds to beat my time from last year. And so I was like, Mel, just, it doesn't matter if you get your time or not, just finish and finish strong. Just don't stop running. Like, just keep running. Whatever time you get is whatever time you get. So I was like approaching the finish line and there was a time there and I could see when it changed from 104 to 105. And so I knew that I hadn't beaten my time, but I was like just so close and I was just like running to the finish. And I was like, just keep running, just keep running. As soon as I hit the finish line, I knew that I did not beat my time from last year. But like, honestly, I was like seeing stars. Like, I did not feel this way last year. Like, I really pushed it this year and I gave it literally everything I could. And so I wasn't even upset that I didn't beat my time from last year, because I could not have ran even a second faster because I was just giving it. And then Mac was like filming me, which was great. And then he met me at the end and I was like, I need a minute. And he kept on like, I don't know, trying to be like, how did it go? And I was like, just like, do not talk to me. Like, I needed to like be horizontal. And so I was like trying to look for grass and like, I could barely walk, but not because like my legs were tired. It was like, I just was like, if I don't stop moving right now, I don't know what's gonna happen. My heart's gonna explode or something. But anyways, I just like sat down in probably a really not ideal spot. But I was like, I just need to sit here and just like for 1 minute, like just, you know, regroup and like get my heart rate down. And so I did that. And then I went to go see Mac and then I was feeling a little bit better. And I actually recovered pretty quickly after that. But when I first got to the finish line, I was in very rough shape. And then Mac and I like walked off and like sat together and had water, whatever. And then I looked at my time, or no, I was basically like, okay, I think my time was like 105, which was like a minute slower than last year. But again, like I was like, it doesn't even matter because, you know, I just couldn't, I did what I did, you know? And also it's a different race and it was in a different city. So like, it's hard to compare. But anyway, so then Mac and I got in line for the pancake breakfast. Mac did amazing. He did it in 53 minutes, which is wild. And his goal was sub 55. So he crushed his goal. So that's amazing. And then we were waiting in line for breakfast and they had like the results like posted. And so then I went to go look and it said that it was like unofficial. So I looked and it said, yeah, like 105 something or other. So I was like, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Cause that was like the time that I saw. And then when we came home, I looked up the chip time. So like, I guess the chip time is the most accurate because it's when your chip hits the mat at the start and then hits your mat at the end. And I looked up the results online once I got home and I actually did it in 1 hour, 4 minutes, and I think 45 seconds. So I actually did it quicker than I thought and I did it only 41 seconds slower than last year. So I'm actually really proud of myself. Like if we don't count the seconds, I did the same as last year. 1 hour, 4 minutes. I'm just so proud of myself because I couldn't have done any better. I did it, I gave everything, okay? And it just was like really fun and I just feel happy that it's done. And you know, I had a great race. Like I was saying to Mac, like I would not have done anything different. If I wouldn't have walked in the middle, I would have had to walk at the end. And so I'm happy that I did it that way because it made me feel like I finished off really strong. So overall, I am so happy. And I feel amazing now. The endorphins are hitting. I also booked myself a massage today, which is iconic. And when I booked it yesterday, they had a promo on that if you booked a 75-minute massage, you got a free foot scrub and massage, which will feel so good on my feet. So that's at 2 p.m. today. So that's gonna be amazing. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really proud of myself. It was really fun to do it with Mac because last year I didn't do it with Mac. And yeah, it was just like good vibes. and it was really fun. So if you're in Calgary, I recommend the Stampede road race. It was like very well like organized, and it just was a good time. And now we're done. So I'm just feeling great. So thank you for coming along with me for this race day. I hope that it was enjoyable for you to watch. It was enjoyable for me to make. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. I don't just post running content, just a little bit, but I mainly do vlogs, and I would love to have you on my channel.
This is it, and I swear